All right, we're looking at decimal fractions here. So terminating decimals and repeating decimals again, a little bit more detail this time. And I'm not going to be using long division to do these. I'm just going to go ahead and plug them into the calculator. Again, you could use long division to figure out what these are. And if you're doing it by hand, that's how you would do it. But for our purposes, if we're trying to figure out the decimal value of 5/8, you just take 5 divided by 8, which is 0.625. If you wanted to do 11 divided by 1,000, this is one of those. Notice this 1,000 it's a power of 10. It's 1 followed by some number of zeros. And in general, when we're talking about a power of 10, you're just going to be moving your decimal place over a certain number of decimal places. This has 3 zeros, which means we're going to be moving it over 3 places. We're starting out here. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 places. We get 0.011. And of course I could do that on the calculator as well. Let's see, 3 divided by 5. I could use my calculator, but I'm going to remember one of the quick division tricks. Dividing by 5 is, instead of dividing by 5, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 times 2 divided by 10. Let's see, 3 times 2 is 6. Divide by 10 means moving the decimal place 1 place to the left, which is 0.6. 29 divided by 20. This is another of your division tricks. Of course, you could do this on the calculator as well, but I'm going to just practice my division tricks since it's fairly straightforward. Dividing by 20 is the same as multiplying by 5 and then dividing by 100. You'll notice the 5 times 20 is 100. That's why we're, kind of where that 100 comes from. All right, in any case, we'll do this times 5 divided by 100. Let's see, 29 times 5 is 100 plus 45, so 145. Divided by 100, we need to then move the decimal place 2 places to the left to get 1.45. So I was able to use my division tricks on these ones without even pulling out the calculator. There are definitely a few common fractions that are worth memorizing, and actually I'll just pull it up here. These are, well, you might not need all of these, you probably won't actually, but if you're dealing with the US system of measurements, you'll deal with a lot of these fairly commonly. The ones you'll definitely want to have memorized, of course, 1/2 is 0.5. 3/4 is 0.75, 1/4 is 0.25. You definitely want to have those ones memorized, absolutely. Kind of as a secondary tier, you might take your time to memorize these ones: 1/8, 3/8, 5/8, 7/8. One thing you might wonder, looking at this, you may wonder, okay, why is it only odd numbers on the top of these? What about 2/8? Well, 2/8 is already accounted for. It's right here. This is 1/4. Okay, well, how about what would next be? 4/8. Well, 4/8 is already accounted for. That's 1/2. Similarly, 6/8 is right here. 8/8 would be 1. So, that's why we only end up seeing these with odd numbers on the top, because we've already accounted for the 2/8, the 4/8, and the 6/8. Those are those ones right there.